some gremlins out here today. Just had a video failure on the vehicle. Well, we're sitting with Mixo. The impala killed just a little bit further ahead of him, or behind him. I guess we could climb up onto the top and see if we can see Induna, Karula up at the top there. And see if they're up there. But I really wanted to come back here. And the elephant are drinking a treehouse dam, which would be lovely to see, but I think it was important to come back here while there was still a bit of daylight. Earlier on, Karula was lying here next to us. Mixo was on the carcass, he was feeding on it. And Greg was sitting up top there with a leopard in front of him and a leopard behind him, and we realized that there were 4 leopards here. And it has become clear to us that the 4th leopard is Yambilu Jordaan. Here comes another one. Here's Yambilu coming through. You can see it's Yambilu Jordaan. You don't even have to look at markings. Just look at the size of him coming through to the carcass. Of course, you can see the dewlap, this lovely, heavy, thick skin under the neck. A magnificent elephant. Listen to me, leopard. He's scraping grasses and sand there. I'm wondering if he's not trying to cover up the stomach contents. Getting dark, hyena going to be moving around soon. I think he might be trying to conceal some of the scent. I wouldn't be surprised if he decides to take this carcass into a tree now. Yeah. Well, being so hasty in my identification there, it's actually Induna. Or is it him? It looks like Induna. Induna got a dewlap already? I don't know. Confused now. Don't have a monitor to be able to see. My binoculars didn't give me a chance yet. But that tail, I don't know, it just looked like a very big tom leopard coming through there. And I'm looking at Mixo next to us. He just definitely looked bigger. So maybe someone can help with some ID there. I thought I saw a stubby end to the tail for a second, but I'm still convinced it's Yambilu Jordaan. This is the size of his head and the dewlap. I mean, these boys are too young to have that skin hanging from the throat. That's something that comes with age.
Oh my, oh goodness.
He's also now being a little bit playful. I don't know if Yambilu Jordaan is that playful with the remains of an impala. Still can't see the tip of the tail. Still can't see the face. Oh, he's killing it all over again. Come, where's Claire and Elaine? Induna. Maybe he's getting... Maybe he's just getting bigger. Yeah, I thought it was an adult male coming. I mean, now that I look how playful it is and I'm looking at him, I also think it's Induna. Also that little fluffed... Who's Sharon? 1000% Induna. Thanks, Sharon. I should have mentioned your name too. No, at first I thought it was Yambilu, just looking at the way he cruised through the bush at the back there. There's no ways Yambilu Jordaan would be playing like this. Also, it wouldn't have a fluffy tummy like this either. It's still got baby fur on his tummy. And then as he turned around at the carcass, I thought I saw a sort of straight tip to the tail. I mean, a flattened tip rather than the rounded tip. But yeah, I guess he's already developing a heavy set throat and chest. This kind of play is vital. This kind of play, although the impala is dead, what is so important for him is to learn his way around an impala's head with those horns, because one of these days he's going to want to get one, and it's going to be alive, and those horns can pose a threat, a huge threat. Yeah, we can see the tail now that it's Induna, but there's no doubt about it now anymore. The way he's been playing, trying to get to... Hello, Bets. Sorry we didn't get to the Ellies, but this is good. Interesting that he was burying something at the back there. He was covering something up. That's a good learning curve for him. I'm pretty sure that must have been the stomach contents that he was probably trying to cover up. Interestingly, I wonder if Yambilu Jordaan is around because Karula is coming into estrus again. I think it might be a little bit too early for her to be in estrus, if she's still hanging out with the boys, coming to fetch them. Question from me. I mean Caroline.
Hello, me.
Question from Caroline. When Caroline's asking who I think made the kill, I'm pretty sure it was Karula. I'm saying that because the boys were hanging around Gowrie Dam. Alex did see one of them near Inga's house earlier today.
And Mishu was at Gowrie Dam last night as well.
Yeah, Mishu was at Gowrie Dam last night as well, yeah. And while I'm sure that they're probably getting ready to be able to bring down a male impala themselves. Karula's certainly the one with the experience for it. But I had a vehicle joining me, but it's just a staff vehicle. So I'm pretty sure it was Karula. Tara and I did have some thoughts about a leopard being in between here and Twin Dams this morning. Excuse me a second. Mark, your guy?
Mark, how do are you with the Ingwe?
Affirmative.
What's the lock, Mark?
In that dip between Treehouse Road and Elephant Skull on Weaver's Nest.
Copy. Can we join you there?
Yeah, affirmative. A lot of the carcass has been eaten. I mean, I suppose between the four of them, they've had a fair share of it. I'm dying to see Yambilu with these boys and see what kind of behavior there is towards them, and how they react towards him. But there's probably a good 30-40 yards between the two, between them, between the three. Karula,
I'm out, you can get her.
gosh knows where she's gone to. nice that Induna's managed to pull this carcass out, so there's a bit of a better visual for us. Go ahead. Diane, good afternoon. Diane's asking, with the heat, will the kill stink? Not yet. The biggest smell at the moment is the smell of blood, the smell of fresh meat, the smell of the stomach contents is fairly strong. Not getting much of it here. I think we're a little bit upwind. There isn't really a wind, but the air still moves even without a wind. It's really from the second day that things start smelling really bad. Of course, the heat worsens that because bacteria flourish in warmer conditions. At the moment, they're down here. It's fairly cool at the bottom of this drainage line. Late in the day. Of course, by tomorrow afternoon, it's going to change if there's anything left. My guess is that hyena are going to find it tonight and possibly steal what's left, unless they get it into a tree. There aren't really any trees around here that they can climb with it. There's a tambuti in front of me to the right. Tambutis are not a favored tree for a kill on account of the milky latex that it contains. So I'm not too sure. I mean, there is this dead tree that hangs over the drainage line. That would be the quickest way to go. Oh, hyena here. Hyena have just come in. And as I speak, Mixo up a tree, Induna took off. Second, here comes Floppy Ear. They're going to start. And another one of the youngsters have come in. We're going to have some beautiful activity now. Mixo making sure he's safe up that tree. Listen to this. Hopefully we're going to get some of this cackling and calling. How's that? There's not even a wind blowing, but these hyena picked up the scent of this. They must have been fairly close by for the day. And it's one of the youngsters, looks like maybe a male, as well as old Floppy Ear, the matriarch of the clan. I'm surprised not much bickering around the carcass. I wanted to hear it because I've just learned something. I found something on BBC's Nature Environment site yesterday, the news site, about recent discoveries about hyena calls. Oh, Mixo. He slipped a little bit. He doesn't want to fall. He's not going to be comfortable. That's a black monkey thorn that he's in, so it's not the most comfortable tree to be in. Also a lot of dead branches for him that he's got to be very careful where he puts his feet. So he's kind of in a precarious position. Despite the fact that the hyena have got the carcass, they probably wouldn't hesitate to give him a nip if he fell down. Induna luckily moved off very fast. And since he moved off, there was no need for them to chase him because all they're really interested in is the meat. Making very short work of what would have taken the leopard another couple of hours. They're going to make short work of this very quickly. Strangely enough, the wind seems to have changed somehow because I'm getting a very strong smell coming this way now. It might have something to do with the way the hyena are pulling apart stomach contents. Floppy Ear at the back there. But, well, no cackling, no calling, no noise. Now, although there might be 4 leopard and 3 hyena, leopard are not the kind of cats that are going to sort of band together and say, well, there's 4 of us, let's chase them off. Lion, on the other hand, would do that, but leopard, sort of, they tend to make sure of their own safety under the circumstances. They'd rather stay away. They'd rather let the hyena take the carcass rather than have a confrontation. Hyena bigger, stronger than the leopard. I've had a leg of impala like that. Lasted me 3 days. It's going to last this hyena 3 minutes. Quite a mangy looking hyena, the other one, unless it's muddy. Let me look with my binoculars, but that looks quite mangy. I think it's mud. Been wallowing during the day, somewhere lying on its side in the mud. Possibly even a treehouse dam. Might have been moved off by the elephant. Okay, got another question coming in. Oh, Marlon. That's an interesting one. Would Yambilu Jordaan let one of the boys close to him with the kill? I don't think so. Not even the boys allow each other close to when one of them is on the kill. Leopard are kind of like that. When one is on the kill, they snarl and spit and get very aggressive when another leopard approaches them, even if it's brother or mother. So I very much doubt whether he would let one of them come close if he was on the kill. I also don't think they would even try. I think the sheer fact of his status will mean that they will patiently wait until he eats and moves on. I don't even think they would try to get near the kill if he was on it. Go. Okay, go. And Diane asking why the cat's so scared. Diane, it's not so much a case of scared as a case of self-preservation. Hyena, as I said earlier, are bigger, stronger than leopard. And hyena wouldn't hesitate to kill a leopard if it came to that. At the moment, the hyena aren't interested in the leopard because the leopard's up a tree, other ones moved away. They've got their meat to eat, they've stolen the kill, they don't need much more. Mishu, if you're thinking of running and jumping down and running away, you've got another I don't think you should, boy. Although they are quite busy. Uh-oh. This is going to be interesting. He's going to try and jump up. Probably going to try and jump across to the they probably won't chase him. Watch this. This is going to be quite interesting. He's going to try and sneak away. They're not even watching him. He's slowly coming down as a cat normally is. Floppy Ear's watching him. Uh-oh. She saw him and she made a little growl and the others came. So they're being a little bit vindictive. Particularly Diane, because there's 3 of them. He's clearly trying to get away. He was I could almost see the intent in his eyes. He wanted to get down to the bottom of that fork and then try and leap across to the bank, and it would have been enough distance that even if they made a rush for him, he would have been able to get away. And then I imagine that they wouldn't have chased him very far on account of the fact that they wouldn't want to lose out on any of the meat. I don't know how high that termite mound goes on the right there. It looks like he might want to try and sneak off to the right. Floppy Ear's got her eye on him. She's just waiting for an opportunity to try and get her teeth into him. There's a constant... Okay, lie down, Mishu. There's a good boy. Just wait it out, boy. You're a cat. That's what cats do best. They wait things out. So while that is scared of them to a large extent, it's more a case of they just can't afford to have a confrontation. While they might get a claw in on a hyena, the hyena unfortunately would probably inflict a little bit more damage, especially because there are 3 of them. All it takes is one of these hyenas to get a bite hold, and the other hyenas would climb in and get their 2 cents worth. Well, actually it'll probably be more than $2,000 worth. So very important that the leopards try and stay away from these hyenas. One hyena, they might be able to risk a confrontation and get away. There's Floppy Ear again, trying to intimidate him as much as she can. Why she needs to do that, I don't know. Well, we can also do this, make this a bit better. Who are you on, Alex?
Okay, we're looking at the hyenas now.
There's too much going on the radio. And somebody sitting on their microphone. We're in the dip on Weaver's Nest, between the two roads that go up to Treehouse Dam, the one that joins up with with Elephant Skull. So we're right in the dip on Weaver's Nest.
Let's have a look at the leopard quickly.
And Ned, come in. Station looking for Mark.
Mark, I'm one of the station, and I'm on Weaver's Nest heading south. Are you still with the Ingwe?
Yeah, affirmative. I just had 3 in PC come in and Kosha that Ingwe got one up in the Shlasha, the other Ingwe's gone up onto the bank.
Good, thank you. Yeah, I think there was another station. I think
Let's
it's
go back
from
to
your
the hyenas.
lodge.
Mark,
Sorry?
go back to the hyenas.
Herman, come in. Hyena now getting at the marrow, one of the leg bones. It looks like the elbow, front leg. So that's more gristle and something going on up there. Floppy Ear did make her way up at the back. I just heard some brush. Yeah, it's Floppy Ear. Here she comes. She's coming back down. She must have gone up top there to investigate and chase the leopards up there too. She's being my Fofunyan today.
It's on the top. Again? From good? I tell my ever. From Champignon now is on the, it looks like a couple different heads here. It's on the Triple M south, parallel to the river here, but inside here. Most of them inside here, so the other one is on a different area. So, yeah. So, are you still inside the group? Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. Thank you, Joe. That's nothing something up here. Triple M south now.
Henry, come in.
Very much.
Are you behind me?
I'm on Weaver's Nest. I just find Bush Lodge vehicle.
Okay, I think they maybe don't have a radio.
Yeah, I'm behind you. I can see you now.
I was trying to call you, Annette. Have you got a visual? Yeah, shine on the Ingwe up in the tree.
Where's the other one?
They've gone up, I'll try and point, they've gone up that way to the left.
Okay, thank you. We just actually sitting at the back just a little bit.
Okay, I'll go up to the top and see if I can find them, although there's one hyena went up there and chased them up top there. So I'll go and see if I can see anything up at the top. Let Henry come in with the longest. Folks, we just, one moment. I'm just going to try and move. We're going to move up. There is really only space for one vehicle here, so I'm going to move. Henry's got guests. Annette from Bush Lodges with Herman and his friends. So we are going to just move and try and give them some space. And we'll see if we can go and find these other leopards up at the top here. It should be a lot easier now, getting dark with the spotlight. Pick up their eyes with a bit of luck. I'm thinking that maybe with that alpha female hyena running around chasing them, that a good chance that they would have treed to get away from her. Go ahead, Herman.
Mark, where did those three English number?
Up here where I am now, Herman, the hyena did chase them, so I'm not too sure how far they've gone. I'm just going to have a look.
Copy, we'll go over down wall and then come from the other side. We've got one Ingwe on the road in front of us.
Okay, good. Herman's got one on the road. So these leopards are scattered by the... Oh, give me a break. Go ahead. Affirmative. Floppy Ear and two others. 3 MPC.
I saw him on the boundary now, book. Somewhere on a street, crossing the city dam. Yeah, the Akbar city. The Ghana city is currently covered the demo.
Here we go. This is Yambilu Jordaan. I think. Or is it Mishu?
No.
Methinks.
You mean when he ran off earlier?
Isn't that Mishu?
Looks a bit big for Mixo to be
It does.
honest.
Look at that julep. Yes, go ahead with the question. Hi Marlene in Amsterdam. Marlene is asking whether it would not be better for Mishu to try and get away in daylight, or whether it would be better at night, or does it not make a difference. I think under the circumstances, Marlene, since that one hyena, the female, which is the matriarch of the clan, she's a clever girl. She has to be to have that status. I think since she's so vigilant, it doesn't really make a difference. Of course, leopard have excellent eyesight. We're going to have a pretty bright moon rising in about half an hour to maybe 3/4 of an hour. That's going to afford a lot more light to a leopard, and it would, well, I guess in some ways it might be better. The point is, that doesn't matter whether it's daylight or nighttime. If he jumps out, the sound of him jumping on the ground and running through the bushes is going to be what attracts the attention of the hyenas more than a visual stimulus, because the hyena are eating. They're going to hear him jump into the grass and running, and there's a good chance that they might follow and chase. So His best bet is to actually stay there until they finish eating and they move off. I think this is Yambilu Jordaan. Annette Herman, come in. What happened at that Ingwe?
Ingwe Zalapanzi, that first road on your way to Trias Dam, about 30 meters in on the right.
Okay, are you heading up towards Trias now?
Services, we're going to check around that way and then come back to us now.
Okay, yeah, I've just found Yambilu Jordaan up here.
Rad, you have a cool visual.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Can we come and join you from Shabam roadside?
Yeah, sure. I don't know how he'll take two vehicles, but also you might find Karula around here somewhere. She was also here. There were 4 Ingwe here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're gonna walk around.
Walk around.
Walk around. Cool.
Walk about.
Mark.
Yeah, go.
The 4 Ingwe there.
Yeah, 4 Ingwe. I think this is Yambilu Jordaan that is here.
Okay, copy.
Looking for the
Yeah,
heart.
we're copying what was at the Rubik side.
Looking for the heart shape that's supposed to be there. The corner of his eye, the marking is very much like the corner of the eye of Mishu's marking. I'm sure that's a genetic thing that Mishu got.
That need to come from the eastern side or just western side?
Who are you talking to, Abel?
I'm talking to Johnny.
Copy, thanks.
Yeah, so I'm still on the other side of the dam. Looks like one of them have got a bomb there.
I got lion at Gallagher Dam.
Sure.
Johnny's just saying it looks like one of them has got a kill. A lot of activity happening today. And just by the way, somewhere in all this excitement, the clouds have left us. They decided it was just far too exciting to hang out and cloud the day. So, looking a lot brighter. The sky, going to be a beautiful moonlit night tonight at Gowrie Dam again. I'm thinking we try and move and get a better look at him from the side. He is. I mean, if we look at his jowl, look at his cheek muscles, those masseter muscles that come from the top of the skull down to the jawbone that help him with chewing. He's got a much broader jawline than his 2 sons. Okay, Alex, I'm going to try and move a little bit. Which means I'm taking the light off of him for a sec. So we can find the spot. Henry, come in.
And by Mike,
Got a good visual there.
I got a good visual for the PC and one on this one.
Okay, copy.
Thank you, guys. Someone was calling you. Not so long.
Okay, copy.
Because it's very, very dark.
Yeah, no, just in a minute. I didn't want to put my lights on because it's going to shine directly into him.
I'm on the eastern side of the demo here. Where are you?
There we go. Nice visual of him now. I don't want to shine too much at him, but I want to try and keep the light still. Light station looking for me? Net, turn in there. Okay, copied, Henry. I'm not too sure. It looks like there's another mover on Weaver's Nest.
Yeah, it could be maybe one from Bushkash.
No, that one's here on Trias Dam Road.
Shabon Road.
No, you're not. Trias Dam Road.
I'm on the road here.
Yeah, I can see. Are you coming to me to the Zingwe?
But I'm trying to get hold of you to see because we don't want to scare him away. It's going to be sketchy, you know, like running for two vehicles.
Well, I don't know. Come anyway. We'll see what he does. At the moment he's lying down. So start coming in slowly and see. Let's see what happens.
Thank you.
Henry, come in.
Stand by, Max.
Did you see that other mover?
Look, there is no another mover yet. I'm pulling out open lock on my side. I don't know if you want to come and join.
Okay, copied. Thanks. Maybe it's better for Annette to go down there.
Thank you. Yeah, the fish is still munching on this nyama here.
Right, do I have an outstanding question? I can't remember now. It's been quite an eventful afternoon with all of this activity, and unfortunately having to man the radio as well means that I interrupt myself, or I have to interrupt my thought process from time to time. Okay, not a question I've forgotten, but a new one coming through. Tell me, ask me, Lee. Lee from Colorado. Hello. Are hyenas mostly scavengers or do they hunt? I think is the basis of the question. It actually depends on the area to a large extent, Lee. Area like this with fairly high population of predators, I think they're mostly a little bit of both. I think they tend to do a lot more scavenging than hunting. Not only the density of predators, but well, I suppose the density of predators is directly related to the prey species, and the density of predators is a factor in that there'll be more predators within a hyena's area that they cover, that they can steal from or find remains of. Maybe. I'm just going to take the light away a sec. I just want to see. Oh, you can't go there. Trying to get a position so the net and her guests can see better. Excuse me a sec. Sorry, Lee. Can you see from there, Net? Okay. So, in some places, if you take a Kalahari, for example, the Kalahari being very wide and very, very vast, prey species are spread out over a much greater distance. Other predator territories are exceptionally large in those areas, that places where hyena would hunt a lot more frequently. In fact, I think if you look at some of the studies that are done, lion tend to scavenge more than hyena under those circumstances, scavenging even from the hyenas. So it's not really a question that has a definitive answer to it. It's not something that you can say yes to this or no to that. I mean, this is nature after all, and the behaviors and factors that influence behaviors are so varied that you get a cross-section of everything from yes, they're scavengers to yes, they're hunters, and everything in between. Places where they will scavenge and hunt, places where they will hunt more than scavenge, and places where they will scavenge more than they hunt. Up in the Serengeti with the migration as well, it's probably also a bit of both. There's so many animals during that migration, during the calving period of the wildebeest. I'm sure the hyena take their fair share of calves, but when it comes to just before the calving period or other times when the lion are taking down adult wildebeest or cheetah are hunting young wildebeest, there's got to be a fair amount of scavenging going on. So it's one of those wonderful things that I would have to use my standard reply. It depends. It depends on so many different things.
Stopping for
Okay. Oh, well, that's also, we say this often, it's an interesting question, and they always are. This is an interesting one, particularly from Diane, asking about Jordaan. Diane is saying she's been watching for months, she's never seen him, and she wants to know more about him. Where is he from? Was he here? Why is he here? And yes, Diane, we believe that he is the boy's father. It's a belief that is strongly enforced by this very behavior that we're seeing tonight, that all four of them are here on a kill. A leopard that is not the father of those cubs would try and fight with them and even try and kill them. His territory extends, I think, more to the north and the northeast. I have to be honest, I'm not too sure. Jordaan is one of the landowners, which is where his territory is, but his territory, his home range overlaps with that of Karula's, and that's how he met up with Karula and mated with her. He comes this way to patrol this edge of his territory every now and then. He's typically quite a shy leopard. I always understood that when there are two vehicles around, he tends to disappear, which is quite amazing that Annette managed to come in and he didn't behave too badly. So we don't see him very often. I think I've only seen him about 3 times in the year that I've been here, if I can remember correctly. The first time was in Giraffe Dip, and it was a very brief sighting. He ran away immediately, and if I can remember correctly, he was with them another time when they were on Twin Dams Road. I think it was in Nyala Kill. We had 5 leopard because we had Siseka there as well. Oh, he's starting to move now. See if we can follow him. We've only got a few minutes left.
What is going on down there? The hyenas are making some noise.
Now you can see that skin under the throat that I was thinking about earlier. Oh, excuse me a sec, Yoga.
Thank you very much, but we have to get back to work.
Okay, I hope you got a good visual. Did you see the hyena?
Yes, we saw them with the one ingwe in the trees. Good.
So you've seen at least 3 of them.
Oh, no, it's awesome.
Excellent. Have a lucky evening. trying to hide away from us. I think he doesn't like the light. I think what we'll do is we're going to make our way out. We'll try and see who that was on the road on the other side of the drainage line. I'd like to leave him with a positive thought about us and my voice and the jigger. And hyena we can still hear crunching down the bottom, making noises. Oh, look, hyena's here. So I don't know what's happened. He went behind the bush and turned into a hyena. I don't know where he is, but a hyena has just arrived. Quite a youngster. Not seeing any eyes. Okay, dying moments of our absolutely fantastic afternoon game drive, full of all sorts of occurrences and sightings and wonderful things. Tell me, ask me. Yes. And who was that? Richard. Mr. Stoken. Good evening to you, Squire. Well, Mixo and Yambilu Jordaan recognize each other as father and son. Yes, I think so. Maybe not in that not in the context of father and son, but yes, I think so. As in family, I very much do. The way it works with leopard and youngsters is that they always gauge what to do when something strange happens for the first time. They will always gauge what to do based on their mother's, or they will base their behavior and gauge it on what their mother does. And if she knew that they would be in any danger to a strange male like Mafufunyan, for example, I don't know what Mafufunyan would do, so I won't have time for that answer to that question. But should that happen, I don't know. But anyways, they would have the first time they came into contact with Yambilu Jordaan, they would have gauged Karula's reaction and behaved accordingly. Let's just see if we can see anything up here. Yeah, Mixo's still in the tree. You can still see his eyes, and still some hyena down below feeding on the carcass. And just quickly, if we got a minute to spare, just before we go back to the lodge, just to see if we can find just the dip breaking up. We were lucky. We actually very lucky. We had signal in that dip. That was quite remarkable. So let's see if there was anybody. One of the leopards was. Here we go. I've got eyes on the road up ahead of us. We'll just say good night to whoever this is. Could be Induna. If Yambilu was there, and this is Induna. Hello, young man. Yeah, okay, I've got to go back. Patrick is getting ready. Okay, sorry. Oh, Induna's hearing something behind us. Just before I end the show, I'm just quickly going to find out what is going on here. He heard something. Something's got his attention. With goosebumps on my arm and an attentive leopard, one of 4 in the area. I just want to say good night at the end of our show. My name is Mark. Alex been on camera, and Caroline in final control. And I'm going to talk softly now because Induna's next to me. Bye for now. You can hear the hyena giggling down below us. Well, they're not giggling. They're cackling. They're making their sounds. I think he's making for a tree. I think he's... Induna, your best bet is to climb a tree, boy. This lovely marula right here. reverse Alex, so or at least turn a little bit that we can see him better. He's looking up into the tree, gauging whether it's a good idea to climb it or not. But I'd say his best bet is to find himself in a tree with a hyena running around. There's a branch up there, Induna. With darkness falling, the hyena is starting to vocalize. I don't want to shine at him while he's trying to climb the tree. I want to give him just going to keep the light a little bit low. No, Induna, the idea is to go the other way, not back towards the hyena. The knob thorn, you don't want to climb a knob thorn. Okay, I'm going to turn around quickly. Jigger. Quickly means starting straight away. Now he's going to lie down again. Now when sound is so important, he hears a rustle in the grass, he's going to be very, very nervous. You have to go really, really close to him here on the road. I can't even see him. And I think we're going to get the camera back to final control. Patrick's got some things to talk about. Okay, we'll just... hoping some of the sound is coming through the microphone.
It definitely is, huh? They're not fighting, they're just making this noise.
It's the tone, the pitch, the frequency. From the article that I've just recently read, new developments in understanding of hyena vocalizations all mean different things. Hierarchy, dominance, age.
Where? The hyena. No, leopard.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't see him. Oh, he's here.
Behind the juggler.
Also, probably not a good idea to keep the light on him with the hyena around.
Okay.
So he walks off into the darkness, and we're going to just have to leave
Yeah, my battery
the
is dying,
situation in the darkness because, well, we're putting a light on a young leopard with a lot of hyena around, and if they start coming to investigate, it's best that he has his full night vision. So, here we go. Right in front of us is one of the hyena. That's actually only one of the youngsters.
My battery is dead, Mark.
Battery's dead now. Okay, we're coming on.